My name is Glazik from Cow Creek Farm and Silver Tree Spirits. We are a family farm distillery in Paxton, Illinois. 5th generation farm here in Paxton and 2nd generation organic farm. My siblings and I got together to start Silver Tree Spirits in 2017. This was looking at our farm operation and trying to figure out a way that our generation could come back into the farm. We were trying to find a way that utilized the grain that we were growing and build a value-added product from that. We were fortunate enough to meet with Adam Stump of Old Monroe Spirits, and he started doing some contract work for us. We would take him our grain, he'd make our spirits, and that allowed us to get started. This got us excited about it and a little bit into the market, and then we were trying to figure out what else we could do on top of that. We had a solid foundation, things were moving well, and we were hearing a lot about heirloom grain, and we had always grown some open pollinated grain on our farm, and how the different grains and even the different varieties within a certain type of grain could have a huge effect on flavor of spirit. This is really cool. So we wrote a SARE proposal and were awarded a chance to partner with University of Illinois to do a flavor study on the different grains and how the color of the corn would have an effect on the flavor of the whiskey. This was a lot of fun. We were able to work with a number of different farmers to put together red corn, a blue corn, a white corn, open pollinated yellow corn, and then commercial GMO yellow corn, and see how those flavors were different. So the U of I, in their pilot lab, they have a test still, and they were very meticulous about making sure that a lot of the practices were standardized across all the different flavors. And then once we had a white distillate, we brought in a team of tasters, of panelists who have a background and knowledge in distilling. So we had some of the farmers that gave corn to the study. We had some distillers who are utilizing unique varieties of grain in their craft distilleries. We also had distributors who are very, very used to tasting spirits from all parts of the industry. We had some people with a trained palate who are able to pick out the unique characteristics. And then there was a sheet that we were all able to fill out, and we were able to take notes based on what we tasted. And it was a double-blind study, so the people serving us did not know what the varieties were, what the corn were. We didn't know what the corn was. And we were able to see very strong correlation between the flavors that were described on the evaluation and the variety or the color of the corn that was used in the distillate. So for instance, yellow corn has a tortilla chip kind of quality to it as a new make spirit, and red corn is a little more spicy and robust, while the blue corn was super mellow and had a very front palate to it, but such a relaxed, light finish to it that it almost vanishes once you swallow, with really nearly a pear and rose petal nose to it. So it was super different across the spectrum as we looked at all these spirits. So that was a lot of fun. Since then, we have built our own distillery in Paxton. We're doing our own distillation now, no longer contracting. And that opens up a whole new opportunity to find ways to utilize waste products into a new potential beneficial stream. We've been working with Rick and Isa Kirchenfott and Tim and Sarah Roth. They're taking the spent mash. So after we cook our grain, we do the fermentation, we do the distillation, what's left over is a slurry slop of high protein grain, because we remove the carbohydrates, with a lot of fiber and a lot of water. And that can't be dumped down the city sewer, otherwise it's going to completely throw off the treatment plant. So we utilize it, or they utilize it, for hog feed. And it's great. The pigs love it. They're able to slop the hogs every day, and anything that doesn't go to livestock gets used in compost. But we still saw that there's still more value to a farm than just feeding livestock with it. And we're wanting to do another test funded by SARE to separate the liquid portion from the wet dry portion, or the wet solid portion, still use the wet solid portion for livestock feed, and then take the liquid portion, which has higher nutrient content, and adjust the pH to neutral, and you see if that has noticeable impact on crop growth and yield production in organic operations, because there's always nutrition is always such a limiting factor in organic grain production, and we're trying to see if we can take the liquid fraction of the spent mash and use that as a foliar application for organic grain crops. The vision for us is that we can help facilitate a cyclical nutrient cycle on our farm, where the products that we produce and the waste streams are then fed into another product that can add value. And I think if we can capture all those potential losses and take a waste stream and turn it into a production stream and work with our friends and our neighbors to build a strong, robust community around us, that's what I see as our way forward with the distillery, with the hogs, with some of the other specialty things going on here. And it can all work together, and we can all be stronger together because of it.